discussed about the general OOP concepts. So we learned about two important points about access modifiers. Modifiers we learned. We have three access modifiers: public, private, and protected. What's the role of these three specifiers we discussed? Then static and non-static members. Non-static members. One example we have seen to understand the static and non-static members. So technically, so how you can define static and non-static? So what are the basic key things? So technically, how to define static and non-static? What you understood, can you tell me? In one word, what is static and what is non-static? Can you tell me? We discussed about static and non-static. In one word, how you will define static and non-static? How we can define static and non-static? Any answers? What is static and non-static? Anyone? Yeah. Vamsi, again you are giving your traditional old school answer. What we discussed, I think you forgot that. That is the main point. We discussed about static. We need to, when you are talking about static, we need to talk about memory. Yes, yes. So static is continuous memory and non-static is discrete memory. We call discrete memory. Static is continuous memory and non-static is discrete memory. Discrete is not a continuous memory, right? That is what we need to understand about that, right? Yeah, fine. So next, after understanding about what is class and what are the access modifiers used by class, what are the memory types used by class. So that means the accessibility for members in a class is defined through access modifier, and the memory type for members in a class is allocated by using static and non-static, right? Next, today we need to understand about the basic thing. So members of class. So what are the members of a class? Technically, yesterday we discussed the basic points, like class is a program template, Class is a program template. So another important point is, so technically it is an entity. So with data and logic. It is a model or blueprint for creating of objects. These are all the basic points we generally talk about class. So now the point is a class comprises of three members. A class comprises of three members. One, it contains properties, it contains methods, and it contains constructor. So the members of a class comprises of three members: the properties, the methods, and the constructor. Technically, so properties are used to store data. Methods are used to define functionality. So, or logic, you can simply say that logic. Technically, a class contains properties and methods. And what is constructor? We will see that. What is constructor? What is role? Now here, one important point is when we are dealing with the members. In interviews also they ask this question, like let x is equal to 10. Public x is equal to 10. Can you tell what is difference between a variable and a property? So let x equal to 10 is a variable and public x equal to 10 is a property. Can anyone tell the difference between a variable and a property? What is the difference between variable and property? Anyone have idea? What is the difference between a variable and property? So to store data, we use property, okay? Variable also, local operation. Anyone else? Properties, behavior, okay, and okay, property you say as a behavior, right? Okay, in a simple way, the technical point about properties and variable is actually when you are working with properties and variables, the basic difference between property and variable is technically you should tell about the get and set. That will be the correct one.